Hello, and thank you for joining our webinar series called TIV Talk. Today, we'll be introducing to you Protiviti's America's Delivery Center based in the Cincinnati area, sharing insights into what we do, career paths, our culture, and overall taking a deep dive into who we are at Protiviti. My name is Erin Lopez, and I'm the recruiting lead for Protiviti's America's Delivery Center, which we call the ADC for short. I've been with Protiviti since July of 2021, and one of my favorite things about working here is what I do, who I do it with, and the fact that I can bring my authentic self to work each and every day. I am moderating our time together from our office in Blue Ash, Ohio, specifically the main lobby and reception area. Today, we'll share more about the ADC, how we play an important part in continuing to grow our $2 billion firm. After that, we'll share insights into each of our career areas, which we call competencies, and take a dive into the types of work we do and our careers we offer. First up, I'd like to introduce our panel. Bart, let's start with you.
Thanks, Erin. So my name is Bart Bradley, and I am the site lead for our America's Delivery Center. I joined Protiviti in April of 2021, and I would say that my favorite thing about working here is our culture. It's a very collaborative, supportive culture, very much team-based, team-oriented, and I love working with other people in teams, and I am joining from one of our conference rooms today.
Hi, I'm Christine.
I'm sorry, it's Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine Almenstein, and I joined Protiviti in November of 2022. And today I am joining you from our financial crimes competency area of the America's Delivery Center, or ADC, where I work as a pod lead with a great group of people. My favorite thing about Protiviti is the people and the culture. Everyone is so supportive and caring. It's like a big happy family, and you're able to just do your best every day.
Okay, now I'll go. I'm Greg Williams, the Technology Competency Lead. I'm joining you from our second floor cafe, where we're getting ready to eat some lunch and stuff, but it's a nice place to be. My favorite things about I'll go back. I've been here since November 2021. And the favorite thing that's come of this, and you'll hear it very frequently, is the people. They here are great, the positive environment, the environment itself. It's a beautiful place to be, and all the opportunities we provide for everyone.
Hi, I'm Debbie Krinsline. I'm the Finance and Accounting Competency Lead. I joined Protiviti in August of 2022, and I am communicating from our ADC first floor break room. My favorite thing about Protiviti builds off of what Christine and Greg said with regard to the people, but also the variety and the dynamics of how we get to do our work. We get to work with Protiviti consultants, clients, and peers, which makes it an invigorating environment to be a part of.
Okay. My name is Olufisayo Isijola. I'm the pod lead for Control Team, and I am reporting from Control Team, and we have at the reception here. And I've been with Protiviti since October 17, 2022, and it's been a very great time working with my team. And one thing I love about Protiviti is just that I love the culture. I love the flexibility, the work-life balance, and also the career growth part.
Thanks, everyone. Next, I'd like to give our audience a better sense of who Protiviti as a firm and how we are at the ADC and how we fit into that. Bart, can you share a little background on Protiviti and what our organization does?
Sure, Erin, happy to. So we are a global consulting firm, and we support a variety of clients across industries, including businesses, governments, public sector agencies, and non-for-profits. We've served over 80% of the Fortune 100 and nearly 80% of the Fortune 500, so a lot of large clients. And we perform a variety of services to support them, and we organize ourselves in solutions. So our consulting solutions span a wide variety of critical business problems. And at the end of the day, that's what we do as a consulting firm. We help our clients solve their critical business problems. For example, in technology, the work that we do spans strategy, design, development, all the way through implementation. And that could be new systems, infrastructure to make those systems work well, and the governance around all of that. For example, we have solutions and support capabilities in cloud, data and analytics, cybersecurity, for example. We also have a world-class internal audit solution where we support our clients' internal audit organizations by leveraging leading practices that we as a firm helped deliver and helped develop and define and shape over the course of the last couple decades. So that's pretty exciting. To do that type of work, we focus on understanding our clients' business processes, the risks in those processes, and then the controls that are designed to mitigate those risks. And the work that we may do is covers designing things like designing those controls, designing test plans, and then actually executing the testing of those controls. We like to leverage technology and data to provide more insights and drive greater efficiency in that work, which helps our clients. We also focus on helping our clients manage and mitigate risk and be compliant with a variety of regulations and requirements out there. And so one, for example, regulatory risk. And for example, within that space, we help our clients manage financial crimes and compliance with financial crimes regulations, things like anti-money laundering, know your customer, managing fraud, and things like that. We also help our clients modernize and transform their critical business functions, like their finance departments, their accounting departments, supply chain, as well as their digital presence online, their user experience, their user interface, and things like that. So quite a variety of solutions and things that we do.
Perfect. And how does the ADC fit within the larger firm? What impact do we have on Protiviti and the overall goals?
Yeah, great question. So when you walk around our office, there's a lot of cool black and white photos of different cities in North America. There are 31 cities in North America where Protiviti has an office. And the idea of that is our Americas Delivery Center supports all of those offices. So those offices where they're doing the end-to-end consulting work, they send work to us. And in that way, we're organized like a shared service model and shared services operating model. But instead of doing our firm's back office work, we're doing our client service work out of this shared service model. And so in that way, we focus on the higher volume, more repeatable, standardized instruction-based work. And we become experts at that. We become really, really good at it. So we've got an operations focus, a process focus, and our goal is to get really good at that and increase the efficiency, increase the quality, as well as increasing the experience of doing that type of work. How we fit within our firm's goals. One of our goals as a firm is to grow, is to continue to grow. We've grown a lot as a firm in the past, and we want to continue doing that in the future. And the ADC is a big part of that strategy. We're at the center of that strategy because we help our firm be more competitive in the marketplace. And having this gives us a capability that we didn't otherwise have before, which is pretty exciting. Another one of our goals as a firm is to deliver 5-star experiences, not only to our people, but to our clients, those that we support. And that's very much a key goal that we have as well, is to deliver quality, deliver excellence, operational excellence, and help build loyal clients that come to us for support, and then they want to keep coming back year on year for more support.
And now that we know a little bit more about Protiviti, how the ADC aligns with that, can you talk us through career paths within the ADC and how they might differ from a traditional consulting pathway? Yeah,
great question, Erin. So like I said, we're a consulting firm. We've got lots of work and lots of different types of work. And with consulting and client service comes travel as well. And sometimes that travel can be last minute. It can be fun, but it can also be challenging as well. And consulting is a high demand, high reward profession. Like I mentioned before, those 31 offices in North America that do all of that, I'll call it end-to-end consulting. So they're doing business development. They're developing their own network. Ultimately, that leads to selling our services. They're also traveling, like I mentioned. Maybe they're working at a client A, client B, at home, or at the office, wherever. And then they're also delivering that work. Within the Americas Delivery Center, we're focused on the delivery piece of that. And like I said before, we're focused on getting very, very good at that. And so we're not doing all of that other stuff. We're focusing on the delivery and getting good at the improving processes and increasing efficiency, standardizing, optimizing that work and those processes over time using innovation and automation. And so because our focus is on delivery, we don't need to travel like the rest of the consulting practice does as much. And so that's a little bit of the difference. But what I would say is not different are the opportunities. There's significant opportunities for career growth, career development, and working in kind of this exciting, dynamic client service environment, different clients, different industries, and different groups, kind of like what Debbie was alluding to before.
Perfect. And I think you just touched on it, but what is one thing that's really unique or exciting about being a part of the ADC?
Well, like everybody probably noticed, none of us have been at Protiviti for very long. In fact, April 2021 is when the ADC started. So we're relatively young. Yet we're within this established world-class global consulting firm. And so because we're relatively young, we have this startup vibe. We started in early 2021 with 4 people. We have over 240 now, and we want to get to 500 plus people in the future. So we've definitely have this kind of startup vibe and startup culture where we're pioneering, we're figuring things out, we're being agile and nimble, we're working hard, but we're having a lot of fun as we do that. So I think that's pretty unique here.
Well, thank you, Bart. Now we'd like to dive a little bit deeper into each of our competency areas in order to give you all a deeper sense of the type of work our people do on a daily basis. We'll start first with Christine in financial crimes compliance. Christine, what exactly is financial crimes compliance?
Hi, Erin. So financial crimes it consists of illegal activities that are aimed at deceiving financial institutions for personal or organizational financial gain. And these crimes are typically carried out by individual groups or criminal organizations. It can have financial loss effects. It can damage people's social and emotional well-being, as well as organizational reputation. So there are a series of policies and procedures that are designed to detect and prevent activities that could involve money laundering, fraud, other financial crimes. And some are federally mandated policies and procedures, and some are internal, but regardless, all financial institutions have to comply with these. And we're here to help them achieve this.
And within the ADC, what areas does the financial crimes compliance team focus on?
So we can focus anywhere from anti-money laundering transaction monitoring, senior financial exploitation, know your customer due diligence, fraud. We can do assess and assure, just to name a few.
Perfect. And what do you find exciting about the impact our financial crimes compliance team has?
Knowing that the work is essential to maintaining the integrity of the financial institution, specifically our clients, and it assists with keeping a healthy economy and society less impacted by organized crime. In a way, it's kind of like helping our clients to fight crime. So I think that it's pretty exciting.
Thanks, Christine. Now we're going to flip it over to our technology competency and learn more about what they do there. Greg, technology can encompass many things. So what does that mean for the ADC? What types of work do we do?
So encompassing many things makes it very difficult to explain. But at the ADC, we're able to limit what the explanation of training or technology is down to the workload that we do. So a lot of our workload is cloud-based. We're in things like data, so data sciences, where you extract, transform, load, then visualize. Or we have tools that are in data migration services. On top of that, we could have what we call a managed service, which could be an application managed service, which is keeping the lights on. So you know that a batch is running in the background, or you're monitoring tickets that are coming in from errors. We also have some things that are Microsoft focused. We're managing services associated to Microsoft. Or on top of that, we have complete automation tools. We're automating through an RPA of whether it's tools that are provided by Microsoft, that were provided by some other corporation, we're training up on those and learning how to implement those. On top of that, we have what's called software configuration implementation. That's what it is. These are cloud-based tools such as financial data migration tools that are implemented for end clients. We have a workflow automation tool. We have regulatory compliance tools. These are all dedicated to be configured and supplied back to individual end clients to meet their needs. If you're thinking of something that, whoa, that's really, really technical jargon and all those type of things, we also have risk management and project management, where your knowledge base in the technology and the tools that are out there and the policies and processes to go with it are consequential, and you need to know that information in order to basically perform risk management. Or you can switch that up and you can be a project manager and you can manage tasks and milestones and ensure that a project gets to completion. So there's a vast gambit of opportunities because of how encompassing technology is that we like to offer.
Can you tell us about a project within the technology competency that you've been a part of that you found particularly meaningful or impactful?
Oh man, there's so many. There are so many. So it's hard to answer that since we're so segmented into different fields. I think in each field has its own project that is very important to any organization. If I'm thinking of managed services and keeping the lights on, that is very instrumental to ensure that, hey, we can get to a website and make sure it operates. We have these other toolings where we take individuals who have come out of college or they've come out of boot camp, we provide them opportunities and we tell them, hey, I'm going to train you up on this really complicated software and you're going to talk to these end clients, but we're going to make sure you're successful the whole way. And that's something that it's propagated throughout everything that we do. And it's something we offer that's a learning thing. We're not just sending you out there with a base knowledge. We're helping you learn as you go to make sure you're successful. So for me to pin down to one project, it's very difficult, but they're all just as rewarding.
Thanks, Greg. Now we're going to pivot to our finance and accounting team with Debbie. Debbie, tell us about the competency and what types of work we do.
Thanks, Erin. Of course. The finance and accounting team gets to work with various industries. Currently, we're working with healthcare, insurance, venue management, and property management clients with more to come. We provide various finance and accounting support to our clients, such as task-based responsibilities associated with accounts receivable, accounts payable, in kind of those types of responsibilities, as well as full staff accounting roles, including month-end balancing or month-end processing, balance sheet reconciliations, and even variance analysis with the client. So it can go from more of a task responsibility all the way to full accounting, and there's just many accounting processes that fall in between there.
And how does a career in this area maybe differ from a traditional corporate accounting role?
Sure. Our team members get experience and exposure to various industries, systems, and processes. The best way to provide an example of that is might have a team member that works accounts payable responsibilities for 3 different companies in a 2-year time frame, gaining a breadth of experience in systems and processes and people they get to work with. Whereas a team member in a typical accounting department will focus on the same tasks for a couple of years with the same, with the company's systems and processes. So it's a little bit more of a limited view of just that company. The same goes with the breadth of people that we get to work with versus a typical accounting department in a company.
And what's something our team has done to make a major impact on how we serve our clients?
Sure. Sometimes in accounting, like many other professions, it's easy to get process compliant. So therefore, not only do we perform the responsibilities that we're asked to do, we also provide a unique perspective to our clients, which can lead to process improvements or even innovative ideas. For example, we helped create consistency in one of our healthcare clients by restructuring how a process works, leading to improved turnaround time and an overall just improved service. And it also led to less work on the client side as well. So they were able to streamline.
Perfect. Thanks, Debbie. Last but not least, we're going to talk to our controls competency. Io, for anyone not familiar with a control, what is controls? What are controls testing?
Thanks so much, Erin. Yeah, control within an organization are measures, and policy that are put in place to ensure the integrity of financial and accounting information, and also to promote accountability and prevent fraud. Control can be either internal or external, but most commonly referred to internal control, which are procedures set up by company, to manage, risk in their day-to-day activities.
Perfect. How does our controls team work within and support our internal audit group?
Yeah, I will use the word collaboration because we collaborate with the internal audit group. Our control team supports internal audit group by developing and implementing control frameworks and processes, that ensure the effective and efficiency of operations. We make sure the financial reporting is more reliable and compliance with the laws and regulations. Control teams work, hand in hand with internal auditors to identify areas of risk, within the company, evaluate the adequacy of, existing control and recommend improvement. And also the control team help, prepare, audits by ensuring documentation, is complete, is also processed and as well being, well defined. And in any trial audits, findings, where there is a little bit of, things to be addressed, we try and, come in and help there. During an audit, control team, we assist with providing information and explaining how control systems are designed to mitigate, specific risk.
And what does a day-to-day look like for someone in our controls group?
Yeah, day to day. Well, day to day responsibility in control team is number one, I would say, reviewing and updating control documentation to reflect any changes in process or system. Testing controls to ensure they are operating as, intended, meaning, they are being, uh, designed and they are being effective, they are working the way it should. And also, I would say training staff on compliance matters and control procedure, and also analyzing data for a sign of operational inefficiency or non-compliance. Also working on remediation plan for any identified issues. We also our day-to-day, most time we do collaboration with other departments like, finance or IT to align, our internal control with overall organizational objective. And I would say, lastly, most of the time we do walkthrough meetings. Uh, this is when we want to really understand the scope of testing and also being involved in the activities of our clients and our engagement team.
Thank you all for those overviews and insights. We have just a few minutes left, so we're going to go to some Q&A for our panelists from our audience. Christine, what skills or experience do you look for in entry-level financial crimes compliance analyst?
Oh gosh, so for FCC entry level, we can truly teach you. You don't really have to have any real AML or FCC experience. We can teach you that, but more of attention to details, organized train of thought, critical thinking skills, as well as an inquisitive mind, or things that will make you successful in the position. But we can definitely teach the financial crimes compliance part.
Perfect. Greg, do you want to talk to what skill sets you look for entry-level technology analysts?
Well, I always want to begin with a couple of things. The things that really attract my eye are positive attitude and the aptitude to learn. Those are two key things that I look for in an entry position. I also want to tack on to that as I ask about details on how detail oriented you are. What are your communication skills? It kind of makes some judgments based off of those. But if I were to baseline it down to isolated technology skills, primarily SQL. That's a big thing. It's a great entry technology to get informed on. And then if you have some Python on top of that, I think that's beneficial as well. But it really depends on which project I'm looking for. But if you're meeting some of those qualifications, again, I feel I could train you up as long as you have the right attitude and aptitude.
Thanks, Greg and Christine. I'll echo what they said, and at our entry-level analyst roles, we provide in-depth training to help grow you within your careers within each competency. So definitely about attitude, aptitude, and coming in with that mindset and willingness to learn. Speaking of training, Io, can you talk to us a little bit about controls testing and what the training might look like there?
Yeah, control testing is more reviewing, data, reviewing, some facts. And some of the training that is required for you is just we train you to be more detail oriented and to also, have this level of understanding what the frameworks look like in terms of, we have COVID framework and we have PCI, DSS, and these are the training that we encourage our team and we also look at, SOX testing and also assessment of all and reviewing of all these controls. And this training will really help an individual that is coming on board to really articulate what we do in control. So these are some of the, training that we recommend.
Perfect. We do have one question in regards to is a degree a requirement for the role? A degree is not a requirement for our roles here at the ADC. So we do definitely, again, look at a lot of those transferable skill sets, experience, educational backgrounds. We take into consideration all of those different factors. Lastly, there was one more question about if there are current openings. We are currently looking for talent to grow our team. We have our careers page where job openings are posted, and then we'll also provide you with a link to our talent community after the TIP Talk. So thank you all today for joining us. I hope you learned a lot about Protiviti and the ADC. We plan to have more ADC TIP Talks that will dive deeper into each competency and those details. Stay tuned for more details. And in the meantime, again, feel free to check out our careers page and stay up to date with our newest information and opportunities. Thank you all.